Okay, so we are live. So good morning here from the UK. It's a sunny morning, some better weather than what we had the weekend. So the sun's out here and it's a wonderful Monday morning. So thank you all for joining us today for our another live in our pages. So for those who don't know me and for the benefit of people who are going to watch replay in June's page, I am Dr. Susie Jacob, and a little about myself. I am GP, a general practitioner here in the UK. I live in the UK with my husband, who's a chef, and my 15-year-old daughter. I'm a hands-on clinician and also a manager certain times, certain days of the week. And I'm also a very proud digital business owner. I've been doing this business now for the past 21 months, and it's been the best decision I've ever made. So I try to bring in people once a week, or either people interview me or I bring in people just to share our story so that we can inspire you that there is another way out there. Life is not about struggling, just paying the bills and getting up the next morning just to go to work to pay your bills again. It's much more than that. And I'm here to share a bit more about that. So I have a special guest today, June, all the way from Australia, and it's a very good afternoon there. So hi, June, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, Dr. Susie. Thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure to have you in my pages. All right. So, June, for the benefit of our audience, if you can just introduce yourself. So, who's June Anthony, and why did you join the business?
Yes, of course. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you watch this from. My name is June Anthony, like Dr. Susie said. I'm living in Australia, Perth. Been here since I was little, since I was 9. I'm an immigrant from Myanmar. And I am a mother to 2 active, adorable little boys. One is 3, one is 7. I'm still a working professional, so I work part-time as an insurance specialist, and I also run my digital business on the side. I'm a wife, a child of God as well.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Amen to that. So June, so tell me a bit about, seems like you have a good job, you're happily married and things like that. So what was your why to kind of join the business? Why did you want to join the business?
Yes. I had a lot of whys, and it's good with this kind of business that we do, the whole entrepreneurship, having a lot of goals and dreams, which keeps you going and motivated. So one of my big why was for my children. So when you become a mother, I'm sure you can relate, Dr. Susie, like your priorities change. So I've always been a career woman, climbing up the ladder, get the decent pay, go for a holiday, enjoy life. But when I became a mother, I wanted to be more hands-on present mum for my boys. I want to cherish their growing years. I want to be there for their curriculums. I want to just be there for the special moments, like getting their certificates, awards. Sorry, I had a timer on. And just also making memories for my boys as well. So I want to take them traveling, experience different cultures. And when I joined this business, it was when COVID hit 2020. So I was pregnant with my second boy. And at that time, I'm in the pretty essential job, you can call it, in insurance. People from higher than me, like central manager, GMs, were losing their job. And it really worried me that me and my husband, we work in the same industry. We didn't have a plan B. That with my growing family, I couldn't risk that, not having multiple source of income and having just that one, even 2 income is not right? It's not okay, right? So I knew we needed a backup, that we are not safe in a job. Our jobs can go anytime. We don't call the shots. So I decided to have a plan B. But what really made me jump on the online journey is when I was pregnant with my first boy, I missed so much of his milestone, and it broke my heart, because when you become a mom, you want to be enjoying their growing years. There was time when I was on my lunch break. Hubby was the full-time carer because he was made redundant. So it just goes to show that you are not safe in a job. And we were on a video call, and I can just see like the tears in his eyes, and it broke my heart that he's like, where's mommy, And which kind of worried me to have another baby. But God's blessing, I was pregnant with my second boy, and I want to enjoy, motherhood and moments with my kids, and not have to send my kids to daycare. And daycare is very expensive in Australia. So what you work, you'll be pretty much spending it. So it doesn't make sense. So that was another reason. Also, I lost dad to cancer. So I have a widow mom. So I think it's like I don't know if it's an Asian thing or a culture thing where I want to support my mom financially, and also just be there for her appointments, travel the world with her, and be that daughter that looks after her, because she's done an amazing job raising 9 kids, 9 of us. Yeah,
Wow.
amazing. Um,
She's a superwoman.
she's a superwoman, I tell you.
She is a superwoman.
And I'm sure you can relate, Dr. Susie, when you're an immigrant, I've still got family back home, and it saddens me that I can't financially help them. So I want another stream of income so I can support my family back home as well. Because working for a job, we're just surviving to pay the bills. And a big thing I decided to jump online was because of my health as well. So, um, being a mom, working mom especially, it started taking a toll on my health. I work in a pretty stressful environment, customer service, and there's targets, compliance, and everything you got to meet. And literally, my schedule is like, even when you go toilet breaks, you get questioned. So you're like watch the whole time. So I didn't want to live that life where, like someone's watching over my back and telling me what to do, and, how I'm meant to, have a life. So I wanted to break free from that 9 to 5 grind, be my own boss, have that flexible schedule that a mother need, and just earn extras in a smarter way, I guess.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I can relate quite a bit to what you've said. So just for the benefit of people viewing, in your page also, one of the reasons why I started the online business is, again, COVID was a major factor. So for me during COVID, my husband, like, it just so happened the week, when the lockdown started, my husband was supposed to start a new job. Obviously that never happened, and that means he was unemployed. So I don't know whether something similar was there in Australia. Here in the UK, you had a furlough scheme, so if you couldn't go to work because of the pandemic, you get 80% of your salary. We weren't entitled to that, so that means we had to survive with just my salary. And what happened is, because of that, thank God, I really thank God that I was able to up my hours, but it was a very stressful time for me. So with people dying, seeing people die, especially writing, I had one day where I wrote 5 death certificates. That's the highest I've written in 4 hours. During the pandemic as a doctor, and it really hit me. So many things happened during the pandemic, and I was always like, what if I get COVID? What if I get long COVID? What if I bring it home? Because there was a point where Asian men and black men were dying of COVID more than, and then you're afraid to bring it home. And what if something happens? And I knew I needed extra streams of income rather than just trading my time for my money, because I was getting stressed, I was getting burned out, I was depressed, and I had no choice but to go in for work. And now, obviously, with the business, life has changed. From working 5.5, 6 days, 6 days a week, I've now cut down to 3.5 within just 21 months. My husband's quit his full time job, and he just does freelancing when he feels like. And it's all because of this business. And we are really, really grateful that it's happened. So, yeah, even if you are in a field like medicine where you think your job is stable, so many things are happening around the world. Like AI is coming up now. A lot of the jobs, do you need that many doctors? Do you need that many people? There's a question about that. And also, a lot of things are being changed over how the whole healthcare structure is. We have more other allied professionals doing some of the jobs that doctors do. So there's a lot of question about how healthcare is going to look in the next 5 years. So we all need, no matter how stable your job is, because of AI and because of cheap labor and all what you can call, whatever you want to call it, you need a second stream of income.
Mm.
Everyone needs a second stream of
Yes.
income. So
And
yeah, thank you.
inflation, right?
Sorry. Oh,
Inflation.
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't had a pay rise. Can't think when was the last time I
Yeah.
had a pay rise. You know what I mean? Like I haven't had a pay rise in a while now. So we don't even want to talk about that. That's another thing completely. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So
Mm.
yes. So I actually called one of the reasons why I called you for the interview is I was really, really inspired by your story of how you started the online business, the struggles you had and the challenges and how you overcome the challenges just to start the business. So could you share a bit of your journey? So that for the benefit of our audience, people think, oh, they join a business. Okay, I can't join a business because I don't have money,
Mm.
but money is not what you need to join the business. What you need is a mindset, and you just
Mm.
need to be resourceful.
Yes,
So you don't
exactly.
need to have resources. Like as we were sharing before starting, I didn't have the money. I didn't have the money. I took a credit card. I took a 0% credit card, which I was able to pay off within less than a year. Yep. So, yeah. So if you could share a bit of your journey.
Of course, yes. It wasn't an easy ride for sure, but where there's a will, there's a way. So when I joined this business, like I mentioned, it was when I was on maternity leave. So in Australia, they have a scheme where you can take longer maternity leave. So I went on 6 months half pay, and then you can get money from the government later. So I was on very low income. But when I saw my mentor's ad where she was just living this, she's a lot younger than me. She was studying and living this dream lifestyle that I've always wanted, freedom with a laptop, enjoying life, dining out. I'm like, I want that life freedom to work anywhere, anytime, location independent. So it really intrigued me, and I went all in. I watched the webinar, did my. That's why we always say do your food due diligence. Webinar because I was no online space. I was quite fearful actually and scared because I don't know what I was getting myself. Due diligence. I watched that webinar. Watched it twice just to make sure I got um, and then I did the 30-day risk-free trial. There was nothing for me to lose. 30 days, I can get my money back if it's not. I went in, I was so blown away by the testimonials in this community and the videos that well, I found that this business for one was legitimate. Where we have a global business that is reputable, that's 50 years old, and a proven system that's for so many everyday people. And I said to myself, if it can work for them, it can work for me as well. This is a legitimate business. There is a startup, of course, startup capital. I'm always, believe it or not, I love to have money in my bank saving for rainy days. But sadly, being on mat leave, I wasn't very extra savings. But I really wanted to start this business. The good thing about our business is it's so flexible. So you can start as little as you can or higher and how you want. Because I didn't have the funds, I was worried about my husband as well. We have tried several business models before I joined this venture. So I've tried like selling, so didn't quite well. It took a lot of my time, a lot of having to convince people. Also I've even done MLM schemes where you got to buy so much product, and I had to push product. It really ruined a lot of my how do I say relationships with my family and friends, and with hubby, because we just wanted a change in our life. We also thought about looking into like a cleaning business, but there's so much stuff. Look at equipment, staffing and all that comes insurance, and we're like, no, we don't. That's going to take up a lot of my time. And at the time, I wanted to start a family, so I didn't want something that's going to take up so much of my time as well. So I really want to start this business. I didn't have the income. I'm like, what do I do? So luckily, financing options that you can apply for. So I went for those. Sadly, I got rejected, which
Yes.
realized I just wanted it so bad. I got rejected it, so I went through my own bank to apply. Again, I got rejected. So I'm like, what do I do? I really want this business. You know, when you have in your life where you feel like this is what you want, your heart, your intuition, your mind, like, I want this. This business is for me. This is what's going to change my family and my life. Prayed and prayed to God. So I'm a Catholic. I'm a big believer in God. So I prayed and prayed and prayed to Lord, please make this venture work for me. I don't have the funds. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I trust that you will make it happen for me. And my God, the Lord answered my prayer. Every
Amen.
day I manifested that. And I income bracket because I wasn't working at the time, only on maternity leave, to start up my business. It just came, and I was able to start my paperwork, and I started because the money to me. And I didn't tell. I did talk about it to my husband, so this is my another challenge that I to start a business. He didn't agree. I think he didn't agree because from few things businesses hasn't worked out for us. We've lost money. Secondly, being that it's online, he was a bit weary because he hears so much stuff online. So he didn't approve. So I'm like, oh, what do I do now? He doesn't approve. I did what I had to do and just had to do it behind his back because I doing it not just for me, for my children's legacy as well as for him as well. My goal is to become president, and I want to get him retired because I know how stressed he is with his current role in the corporate world. I did it, and eventually he found it. Started the business, and I told him, please respect my decision. I had to do this for us. And I posed the question back to him, like, if I don't take this action on this business, let me do this as a last venture. Lead in this business. Please respect my decision. And he let me be. And he is because I have the commissions going into our joint account, so you can see that I'm making income. He's been amazing. He even bought me this ring light so I can do like interviews and stuff. So it's just, when you know something, you feel it's right for you, go for it. Once you start getting that success, as you know, they will start supporting you. They just worry for you that you're not gonna, lose money, fail. But I was willing to fail with this business, but I wasn't willing to give up. I was going to do whatever it takes to this business because I know the success is there. It's just a matter of time, not when. Yeah, I'm so grateful everything fell through for me, and it's 3 years now I've been doing this digital business, and I'm loving it. It's not just that I'm loving the income is great. Don't get me wrong, but it's more that I am more grateful in life. So we get practice a lot of gratitude when we read a lot of development. I'm a lot more confident person. I used to be very camera shy person. I would never do a lot of fear. And I feel like I've created a better version as a mother, as a employee, because it helps us personally and professionally as well. This business.
That's an amazing story. Thanks for sharing, June. I'll just sum it up a bit because there was a bit of internet problems, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Yeah.
So I'll just I understood what you said, but
Yeah.
just so it's an amazing story. So June was talking to us about how she wanted to start the venture, and she was rejected twice for the startup cost. But like what June said, there's different ways you can start up. So it's suitable for anyone with any kind of budgets. Let's put it at that. So you have nothing to lose. You just need to try it out. But like what June said, she was not willing to give up just because two times her bank and rejected it. And imagine, this is a lady who was on maternity and having about half pay. And then it just talks a lot about your mindset and your determination. And I think that's the type of thing. It's the grit that gets you there. It's sometimes not your intelligence or your
Mm.
hard work, because as I always say, if hard work was to make us all wealthy, then I think nurses, doctors, and other professionals would have all been millionaires. So hard work has nothing to do with you creating wealth. It's about all creating all these sort of things. And that's what the beauty about our businesses. They teach you about this mindset. There's all these inspiring stories. I called you in today because I was completely inspired by your story, which you shared in our private group. It's so inspirational. And people sometimes, they have the money, but they don't have the mindset,
Mm.
that entrepreneurial mindset, or they're not inspired enough to actually see people. And and I think they need to be inspired. And that's why we do this. You, myself, I
Mm.
put us out there. It's not like we, like you, before this I've never done all these sort of things. I hated the idea of even chairing a meeting, you know
Mm.
kind of thing. I hated it because I don't like to be in the limelight. But this business has given me confidence. It's helped my creativity, because I don't consider
Mm.
myself as a creative person. Actually, my husband and my daughter are really creative. They just get ideas into their brain, and I sometimes look at them and say, how did you think about that? But business has helped me become creative. It's helped me make money. It's helped my personality, it's helped me grow as a person, become more confident as a person. And also I'm learning every day, which is
Mm.
all good for the brain.
Yeah, a
It's
lot
all
of
good for
learning.
the brain. Yeah. There are studies which show, like, things like dementia and all. If you are like a
Mm.
person who's always studying and learning, it's highly unlikely you will get those sort of things. Of
Mm.
course, it's not 100% rule, but what I meant is, so, it's highly unlikely. So these are sort of things that will keep you ticking, and something that you do other than your job. That's what excites me, because after
Mm.
doing 20 years of medicine, you're like, uh, you want something different. You want something different for your family. You want something, something that keeps, you inspired and motivated and always learning, always at your toes, and helping you as a person, really. Even though I love
Mm.
medicine, it didn't help my, personal development in the past 3 years for me. While I was looking into joining this business, before that I started seeing people like Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi. So I followed them. I did some of their courses just to help me. And in 20 years of medicine has not taught me all those what I learned in the past 3 years.
That's
It's just absolutely amazing, really, really amazing. And it's actually helped me as a manager also, all what I've learned. So
mm.
it's transferable skills. It's absolutely amazing. And that's the thing. If you just need to be resourceful, you will find. If you have that determination that you want something to work, you will work for it. And you will not take no for an answer. Like this lovely lady here, June, she didn't take no for an answer. She went all in and found a way to start her business, and now she's thriving like us. Like, we're all thriving now because we have another stream of income. We're not worried about recession. We're not worried about job losses. My company made 125 clinicians about 2 months ago redundant, just like that. Overnight they said they're running in a bit of a loss. They can't afford to keep them, just like that, just like that. And imagine, I can't imagine what's going through my colleagues. I'm not one of them, but
Mm.
I can't imagine what's going through them, because they have bills to pay. you know
Mm.
it's not, I think everyone needs a second, third, fourth stream of income, really, really.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, June. That was very inspiring journey. Is there any last words that you'd like to tell our audience before we wrap up?
Yes, take action. So sometimes, even if your job doesn't quit on you, this has happened to me. business, your health can quit on you, right? So we're not getting younger. Our bodies are not aging. I wish I have a 3-year-old body, but you don't, right? Let's be real. So, oh, you want friends, but in case you're not fit to do your job. You can only have so many when you exhaust your sick leave. What then? Your bills are not going to stop. And also another jobs are very stressful now, and a lot of us are underpaid. So why not find a digital business that you can even transfer down to your little ones when they're 18? So you're not just working for yourself, but you're building for the future of your family as well. So take that leap of faith like we did. It was the best decision, and you will love that entrepreneurship journey that we are experiencing. And don't be afraid. I know I was afraid because you're not going to be alone. You're not just going to join and we'll just leave you. You're going to get so much support, global, mental, and we rise together in this business. No one gets left behind.
Absolutely, absolutely. Wonderful way to wrap it up. So, if you'd like to know more about the business, just reach out to us, either June or myself, and we'll be more than happy to walk you through the next steps. And we'll be your direct mentors, and you're not going to be alone. You're never good. You're just like a phone call away, really, or a stream yard away here.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much, June. So it was a pleasure having you and a very inspiring journey. God bless you and your little family. And,
Thank
as you've
you.
said, let us rise together and, see each other's successes and be motivated and inspired, and let us inspire the world together. God
Yes.
bless.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye,
Take care
everyone.
then. Bye bye for now.
Bye.